Hi guys, it is Saturday morning. I think around, it's close to 11 o'clock. I don't normally go live at this time. I don't normally go live without warning you guys, but I have a busy day, busy weekend, and busy week ahead of me. I have my sister's wedding. Hi Renata, sweetheart. My sister's wedding is on Friday. It is Kat and all the girls when we went to Dallas, the prisoner family conference. We're calling it the royal wedding. So I got up early this morning. I ran to Costco because between the church and the reception, we're getting a party bus for 30 people. So I was put in charge of, hey Virginia, I think that says Virginia, sorry, it's really small on my phone and I can't film in landscape, so if I'm not seeing your names right, guys, this girl needs glasses and she refuses to go, so I apologize. But hi to everybody that's hopping on. So anyway, so I was in charge of getting all of the snacks and the drinks for the party bus. I should probably get out and show you guys all of the stuff I got. Like this is hysterical. I video chatted on Hangouts my sister as I was leaving Costco to show her everything, and your girl was looking at the phone and not looking where I was going, and she walked into a pole. Yeah, so my sister started laughing so hard, and then she was like, when she caught her breath, she's like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, no, I pushed my cart into a pole. I'm just babbling right now as we wait for people to hop on. Renata, I just started just babbling a little bit, waiting for people to hop on, because the reason I came in here and I'm doing this live is because we've got a really, really, really detailed question through our Instagram account that I wanted to come in and answer. Going to be a really long weekend. Hold on, shut that. It's going to be a really long weekend, and it's going to be a really long week, and I don't think I'm going to have time to come back and type out a whole entire explanation, and I think we can all learn from this anyway. So, and I will post this on Instagram for the lovely sister who did comment on this. Now, really quick, you guys, are my lips matching the audio? Can you just let me know in the comments? Because the car is on, therefore you're going through my Bluetooth. If there is an issue, I will shut off the car. But I would prefer to have the car on with the air on, but last time I filmed like that, I don't think it looks fine. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Last time I did it, for some reason it wasn't matching, and I can't stand to watch a video like that. I will listen to a video like that, but I won't watch it. Anyway, okay, so let's get into the question. This beautiful, sweet woman said, good morning. First, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to make YouTube videos. I took the time last night to watch a few. Thank you so much, sweetheart. It makes my world and lights up my life when I get feedback like that, because it's a lot of work for me. Hey, sweetheart. It's a lot of work for me to make these videos, so knowing that they help you just means the world to me. So she said, in one in particular, you spoke about grieving. In my RWI case, which means she was reunited with her loved one after he was incarcerated. She knew him before, they lost touch, and then they got back together after he was already inside serving his sentence, much like my relationship developed itself. So she said, I learned I'm grieving, and you guys, I will, if I can come back and update this video, I haven't done many lives on YouTube, but I will post a link to the video she's talking about in the cards if it will let me. If not, I will post it in the description box below. But she said, I learned I'm grieving, as you said, the life I wanted and I wish I had. I've come to have some resentment towards him for us not being together on the outside, which is very common, and that's something that I've been through. But I don't know if this is also because I feel like he brought his past into our relationship a couple of years ago. I found out he wrote an ex 2 months prior to us getting married, and she was added to his call list. She reached out to me and told me he called her, but he did not let her accept the call. He hung up. And also that he wrote her to advise her to give something she had to his sister. He didn't tell me until I brought it up to him. I married him anyway. You talked about trusting your gut, and I always have. This is 2 years later. It doesn't leave me. I have come to have issues with his past, and my mind is burdened with not knowing if I really know everything. During that time, I had also found out he gave me a nickname she used to call him. I had it engraved on our rings before knowing. I stopped wearing my ring just recently, and it hurt me deeply. It was something tangible I shared with him, but it lost its meaning. but it hurt more to wear it with that name inside. I do not feel he has contacted her or any woman from his past afterwards, but the damage was already done. I'm going to see him tomorrow, and I have decided I will give myself peace with or without him. Good girl. I realize there's people that are able to let things go. Unfortunately, I am not one of those people. I need advice, words of encouragement, tough love, or a kick in the butt. I can take it, LOL. I've never been afraid of honesty, even if it hurts. I'm not one to make excuses. He's been very good to me since the day we got married. And I haven't always been the best to him. I'll admit that. I can be very hard on him, and he tries his best to keep me happy and pleased. He takes happy wife, happy life seriously. Thus, my battle in my mind and heart goes. He made a mistake, and he's done his best since, but I still feel I do not know everything, and I'm tired of feeling this way. We have a lot to look forward to. He's expected to go to the yard soon. We'll finally be able to hug, kiss, and enjoy physical contact that we've been deprived of. But I do not want this feeling to continue following me. I cannot relent until I know and feel in my gut that I know everything. We're 3 years in this together. He served 7 years, and we have 16 to go. I will do the time with him as his wife or his friend. I will not abandon him there. But I cannot continue doing this time as his wife if I do not know everything. Thank you to everyone who took the time to read this or listen to this. And again, please, if I'm being simple-minded or petty, please feel free to give me a wake-up call. Well, that is a multifaceted question. I think that was an amazing question. I think you're a very strong woman. And you guys that are listening to the live video, feel free to comment, and I will read the comments for this woman with whatever your thoughts are, because we are a support group, and we as a whole use our experiences to support one another. So I am not like an end-all, be-all, know-it-all. I would love to know your experiences and what you think this woman should know as well. Again, she says she can handle tough love, but let's wrap that in a respectful package. So I'll give you my point of view. So, and I did take notes because it was a long question, and I'm going a mile a minute as always, so I want to make sure I touch on everything. So first of all, let's talk about the resentment. And she's talking about a video where I said a lot of times prison wives or family members tend to resent the person we love. And it's not just somebody who knew them before. I think it's everybody involved in a prison situation, a prison relationship. You knew them before, and there's a lot of resentment, but also you might resent him if you are MWI, which means you met him after he was already incarcerated, or RWI, like this woman, you reunited after he was already incarcerated, and you might resent him and grieve the life that you wish you had, the life that you want together. So that's what she said she was experiencing. So my question back to her is this, because I've been there so many times in myself, in my life, and throughout my relationship, I've had to take a couple of steps back and reevaluate my situation and ask myself, what can I do to move past it? Can I move past it? Do I want to move past it? What can I do to move past that resentment? Because resentment is the number one thing that is going to cause you to run down, to get sick, and to develop disease. So you want to make sure that you're in this because you want to be here, and you want to make sure that you can develop tools and exercises and skills to move past that resentment. So what do you need from him? What do you need him to give you in order for you to feel as if you are working through that and moving past it and putting that resentment behind you? Because again, you don't want to keep that in your life. And what do you need to do for you in order to not feel as if you're resenting him? And an example from my life, because it might be a little bit easier if I just give you examples. I felt as if I was just, you guys know my husband's a lifer. He's serving an unfair 213-year sentence. And I do plan on making a video in the very near future because you guys probably, if you haven't been with me this whole time or have looked on Adam's website, don't know what I'm talking about. So I could always point you to that really quick. Renata said, this is a good question. I honestly don't think it should end a marriage, but definitely something to be talked about. The trust was over. I hate YouTube live comments because they disappear while I'm in the middle of reading them. So anyway, I will get back to Renata's question if she posts, or answer if she posts it again. But anyway, so I think a lot of my resentment stemmed to me just sitting around feeling like I was just waiting and my life was passing me by. So when I stepped back and asked myself, what could I do in order to move past that, get over it, and feel as if, for me personally, I needed to feel as if I was living my life during this time and I'm not just waiting for a miracle to happen for him to get out. So I went to school to become a life coach. I developed Strong Prison Wives and Families. And side note, we're always looking for volunteers. So if you feel as if you need to use this experience to do something positive and constructive, feel free to fill out a volunteer application, bit.ly/SPWF volunteer APP. If I said that too fast or you didn't catch it, just ask one of our volunteers on whatever social media platform you follow us on, or put in the comments below. Somebody could either post it or I can send it to you after this video, but that was just a thought. So for me personally, I felt like I needed to do things to better myself, to live my life in order to, oh, thanks. I didn't even realize you were on here. Yes, please contact Nicole Richardson. She is our beautiful, amazing, and very talented, so many different gifts. She sings, she writes, she is amazing. But she is also our executive administrative assistant. How do I even say that? And she will get you that form if you're interested. Anybody who watches this video, you're more than welcome. So that is what works for me. So I'm just passing along to you what works for you. Figure it out. Talk through it. What do you need from him? What do you need to do for yourself? How are you going to move past it? And then if you can move past it, and if you can't, that is okay. My telltale phrase, my textbook phrase, line that I always fall back on and use is, if you can't stay, if you can't do this, you don't have to do this. Nobody is holding a gun to your head and telling you that you have to stay in this relationship. Now, I like how you worded it in your question. I will be here for him in whatever capacity and whatever that means, if that means his wife, if that means his friend. So I like that you're looking into the future as, maybe I can't stay through this, because I know that we have a lot of members who feel guilty and they stay miserably out of guilt. And I'm happy that you're not one of them. And it's just something that you need to work through and figure out on your own. Okay, so let's talk about the cheating 2 years ago. I just reposted a video that I made back in 2012, and I believe it's on bit.ly/SPWF-cheating. That was a mouthful. It's bit.ly/SPWF hyphen, that little dash, cheating, all one word. And somebody could post that in the comments below. It is a book review that I was doing on Sean Hopwood's book Lawman, and then around like the 6-minute or 6:20-minute mark, I go into cheating. And Thank you, Nicole. So you have to take the HTTPS out or it won't work. I don't know why it links like that. I think it's just, I don't know, but I got a lot of thank you for bringing that up. I got a lot of people back like, the link's not working. That's because it automatically turns itself into a link and it adds the HTTPS, and that's not going to work. So it's bit.ly/SPWF cheating. Anyway, but in that video, go watch it. I go into it in more in depth there, but basically I said, you get to decide if you can get through this. And so, if you decide that you are okay with moving forward with this relationship, knowing what he did, then you need to draw a line in the sand and you need to move forward without punishing him for that moving forward. And you said, and that's my advice to my other members who have dealt with cheating in the past, but you said straight up that you're not the type that can get over this, and that's okay. Each one of us is different and each one of us have our own values. So to me, it sounds like you value loyalty more than maybe, and then your view of loyalty might be a little bit different than somebody else, and it's something that is very, very, very personal and meaningful and of value to you. So my suggestion to you is, how can you let go of it? What do you need from him to move past it? Now, you'll never be able to forget it, especially the type of person that you are, but what can you do as a couple? What can you do as individuals to move past that? Is it something that you can move past? That's something that you guys have to work through together. It's something that you guys have to talk through. Moving on to the next one, the nickname that he called her and then moved on to call you, and you got it engraved in your wedding ring, and now you can't wear your wedding ring at all. I am not making excuses for him whatsoever, but just an outside perspective. Could that just be his thing? Like, my sister used to call her ex-boyfriend Pookie. She calls her current boyfriend Pookie. It is just her term of endearment, the word that she uses. Just as I've called Adam baby, I've also called exes in my life baby. You didn't say what the nickname was. I don't know if it's anything like very, very specific that you're like, nah, Ro, that doesn't work. I don't know. But could it be his word? Could that be just his terminology, his term of endearment that he uses for the significant other in his life? So again, my suggestion to you is to just talk to him. Tell him exactly how you feel about that. Tell him exactly why it hurt you. Tell him how it hurt you. Tell him the reason why you can't wear your ring anymore. And then I think that you guys just need to work through that. It's something that it's obviously, I think it goes along, it's enmeshed in the whole cheating thing, and it's a tangible, personified version of that experience that he did. It's not about the ring, and it's not about the nickname, it's about the cheating that you're not over. And I don't even know if it's called cheating because I don't know the details of what happened, but him being dishonest or disloyal or however you interpreted what he did with that ex. So I think you just need to have a complete, candid, open, 100% conversation with him. And you said also that you're going to have this conversation with him this weekend, I guess. I don't know what day this was posted. You said tomorrow, but that is amazing and that is wonderful. And you said you're going to make peace with this, whatever it is. So my question back to you is, what does peace look like to you? What does peace feel like to you? What does peace sound like to you? Take a couple of minutes, sit in a quiet place, and just draw out, write out, meditate on what that word, you were the one that used that word. What does making peace look like to you? And then once you get that, you have that and you know exactly what that is for you. Not for him, not for children, not for family members, not for friends, not for employers, you. What peace and a peaceful life and making peace with it looks like to you. And then we're going to work backwards and you're going to be able to get through the next steps, step by step, one by one, by reverse engineering that. So that is my advice to you to do. And then I want you to set clear and strict boundaries before you have these conversations with him. Because to me personally, I think that you're a very strong woman and you already know in your question, I can tell you know what you want, right? You're not going to settle for being used and abused. So where the tough love, I believe, is going to come in, and where the tough part for you is going to come in, is going to be to stick within those boundaries. It doesn't sound to me like you're going to have any type of issue or problem defining those boundaries, getting them out, and knowing exactly what you want. I know some of us, some of our more younger, less secure, not exactly knowing what they want, listening to prison talk, members who are in those types of shoes need help defining those boundaries. But it doesn't sound like to me you're going to be one of those girls. But I think anybody is going to have a problem sticking to those boundaries, especially if your husband is a smooth talker and is going to try to talk his way out of it. Tell him, no BS, this is it, this is my line in the sand, these are my boundaries, we're sticking with them. If you cross them, I'm done, I am out. I will be your friend, we will get a divorce. Well, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but whatever those boundaries are for you, whatever those non-negotiables are for you, and whatever you decide are going to be the consequences of him, you both in your relationship not living within those boundaries, you have to stick to them. That's where the tough part comes in. That's where the tough love comes in. So if you want to share what those are with us, and you do not have to, but if you do, you have 100,000 sisters who will hold you accountable to that if you want. So last thing, this whole thing boils down to rebuilding trust, right? So what do you need from him to rebuild trust in your relationship? I think that that's something that you need to talk through. I mean, the overarching theme throughout this question, throughout your post, throughout you expressing your beautiful thoughts to us, and throughout almost every single one, I would say 90% of the questions that we get at Strong Prison Wives and Families, boil back down to communication. You need to have open, clear, honest communication, candid conversations, lay it all on the table, no holds barred conversations with your loved one, and get it all out. And I think that be blunt. Yes, Lauren, be blunt. That why are you going to hold back? And it doesn't sound to me, I mean, you straight up said it, but from your words, I can tell you're not just feeding me a line of crap. You sound like you can be blunt. You sound like a woman who's confident and knows what she wants. Be blunt in that conversation. You'll know, I think it sounds like that when if he's BSing you, right? Because even Adam last night, I was on the phone with him, and my husband's Adam, by the way, for you guys that are new to this, new to my channel. And I was telling him, you know, Poochie, who I've done videos, has asked about you. He wants you to call him, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, oh, I haven't heard from him in a little while. I said, well, I texted him first. We were talking about doing another YouTube video, and he asked how you were. And I said, well, you were in a little bit of a funk, but you're okay. Like always, you're always good. And he started laughing, and I said, how are you? And he said, stressed. He will never admit that to me unless it's really, really bad. And he goes, yeah, you could tell. I said, or he said, you could tell tonight? I said, I could tell for the past 2 weeks. I was like, do you think I don't know you by now? And he started laughing. And that's what it sounds like to you with your loved one. I think you know him by now. Call him on his bullshit. Call him on his BS. And communicate through it. You are strong. You are beautiful. I hope that this helped you. I will go post this link to this video under her post on Instagram. You can't skate around the issue. Be blunt with him. Tell him what you need to rectify the situation. If you both can't be open with your needs, your marriage will never heal. Amazing, Nicole. The comments move away so fast, it drives me nuts. I'm sorry, you guys. That's why I was like talking faster than I even talk. Like, remember the Micro Machine Man when we were little, or at least I was little? I'm old though. I feel like I talk like that when I'm trying to read the questions. Anyway, I will post this. I also have a really good video I made on jealousy and how to move past jealousy. And I don't think that this situation is 100% jealousy, but I do think that a lot of you, and maybe this woman, little parts of it, can benefit from that video. I made it on Periscope, so I will pull it over and put it here on YouTube, because I think, or I might remake it, because I remember I was like reading a lot in that video. So there will be a video coming on jealousy soon. You talked about his stress last night too. Poor Adam. Anyway, so I will get into that another time. Last night, I posted a poll on Instagram, what you guys want to see next. Do you want to see a prison hack, or do you want to see a vlog? And I got almost 50-50, but I got more about prison hacks. So I will be posting, I'll be making that video soon. I think you guys are going to laugh. And then I will also vlog a little bit too, because I had a couple of people who were like, please bring back the vlogs. It makes us feel like we're like friends in real life, and I love that. So I will do more of that as well. This is getting long. I've got to go. You guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to it all being over. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you guys in the next one. But in the meantime, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure that you like this video, that you click the little notification bell if you want to be notified every single time I post a video. And also, in the comments below, your comments here on the live video do not save in the comments section below. Unfortunately, that breaks my heart. It used to save on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook Live. So YouTube, let's catch up. Anyway, if you have advice for this woman, once this video, I'm off of it, and it's posted live on YouTube, please come back and post in the comments below your advice for her. Because like I said, I am not a know-it-all. I don't have all of the answers. We all need to work together and help one another. So I would really appreciate that, and I know she will as well. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.